Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Dante.
An inmate at the Jackson Correctional Institution. All calls, other than properly placed attorney calls, may be monitored and recorded. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2.
If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press
6.
For balance and rate quotes, press
7. Thank you for using
CenturyLink.
What up? This is Dante Cottingham speaking to you from the Wisconsin Department of Corrections. I'd like to welcome you to our new Incarcerate U.S. podcast. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Now, as we all know, mass incarceration has had a devastating impact on men, women, children, families, and communities all around the U.S. And with Trump's administration calling for prosecutors around the nation to pursue the harshest punishments possible, and no significant money going to prison reforms nor community outreach programs, it appears that unraveling this mass incarceration monster would be impossible. Well, luckily for us, we are Americans. We were born in the greatest country on the planet where nothing is impossible, where there are endless stories of dedicated groups of people moving mountains, shifting policies, and changing public opinions. This podcast was created in that innovative spirit. So there is no doubt in my mind that the solution to mass incarceration resides within the minds and hearts of the people. So the mission of our Incarcerate U.S. podcast is to interview a wide array of people all across America to learn how incarceration has affected them. Get their point of view on what the first steps to the solution to mass incarceration are. And to make us all together, creating one loud, unmistakable, unignorable voice. Now, Dig, let me tell you a little bit about me. I think it's important for you to know a little about the guy that will interview you if you so choose to participate. So I put together some questions that I will answer. The first one is one that I added. The other four are questions I intend to ask most of the people that I interview. Question 1. Who am I? Well, I'm a 39-year-old man that has been in prison since I was a 17-year-old kid. I was raised to the adult courts, convicted of party to the crime of first-degree homicide, sentenced to life in prison, and then I was sent to Wisconsin's worst adult maximum security prison. I am a member, actually, of the first group of kids in American history to be compelled to grow into men in one of the coldest, darkest places in the world. Yet, I am not broken. I am an optimist, innovative, ambitious, have an extreme thirst for life, and I believe wholeheartedly in the power of my voice and the voices of individual people. Question 2. What kind of work am I doing? Well, one of the things I've done over the past 22 years is study myself. I've come to thoroughly understand how and why I ended up in prison so young. It has become clear to me that the right combination of influences could have removed my juvenile self from the path of prison. And I believe that if that's true for me, it's true for all at-risk youth. A belief that has inspired me to do everything in my ability to prevent kids from following in my footsteps. So one of the ways I spend my time is talking to groups of at-risk youth via speakerphone. Most recently, I talked to about 30 kids at a Boys and Girls Club in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Essentially what I do is I tell them my story, why and how I ended up in prison so young, and I tell them the truth about prison. Actually, if anyone's listening who knows any group of youth that may benefit from hearing me talk, please let me know. For my goal is for every at-risk youth across America to hear my story. Question 3. How has incarceration affected me? I believe that incarceration in America is far too extreme.